Resident Evil Survival Unit is a mobile wargame crash-out simulator that spends the first 20 minutes or so pretending to be a classic-style Resident Evil game, only to pull the rug from underneath you, leaving you spinning into a different game completely, one full of microtransactions and gacha pulls.
Seems like a cash grab.
No, it's not a cash grab.
But don't let that stop you from enjoying yourself. New story missions that play like classic Resident Evil will be added as the game goes on, but the real game is going to be managing your base as you attack others with your friends. There's also a tower defense mode called Exploration that does allow for some skill expression, although eventually those failure expected missions really do mean impossible, and you'll have to level up to beat them. And like any other mobile game with gacha elements, there are a ton of shiny things to help you level up, but you can still hold your own and contribute to a strong alliance as a free-to-play as well. For this video, I've joined the #1 alliance so that I could learn from the best and bring all of the top tier tips directly to you, the viewer, who I humbly ask to like and subscribe to help the video. You could even leave a comment letting me know what character deserves to be added to Survival Unit next and why it's Sheva. Seriously, where the fuck is Sheva? We got Excella but not Sheva. Tip number 1. Join an alliance. If you want a bunch of free stuff and passive growth, then you want to join an alliance that is highly active. The more active players hunting BOWs or making purchases, the more gifts that you will receive simply by being part of the team. Joining a strong alliance also helps when it comes time for the events. A strong alliance can perform well in these events and win themselves rare and powerful rewards for their members. I cannot stress how much of a difference it makes to be in a top alliance versus a stumbling one. Of course, you can also just pick your alliance on vibes. No shame in that. The game has a really great chat with an auto translator feature that makes talking with other RE fans from around the world a total joy. It's probably my favorite part of the game, honestly. So just have fun and find yourself an alliance that fits your style. Once you do join a gang, it's time to finally figure out what all of this stuff is.
I don't know what any of this shit is and I'm fucking scared.
You'll learn as you play, but here's a quick breakdown. These are gems. With these you can level your characters, speed up waiting time, flex donate to your alliance, whatever. Gems are your main currency that pretty much do it all. Some of the best things to save them for are emergency based teleports or VIP levels. VIP is basically an XP bar that you can level up to reach different perks. It's a slow grind on free to play and a hefty price to invest in if you're spending cash, which is why the devs kindly placed Leon all the way behind VIP level 7.
Cash grab!
If you are planning on spending a little bit of money, I can only suggest to do what I did and buy some characters and the expanded base building slot to help speed up your growth.
Yeah, you're damn right we will.
At the time of this video, Claire is the only legendary character with a banner to pull. Since she was my favorite, I thought about not spending money at all on the others, especially because it will be extra hard to level them without spending even more money, but because each character has different skills that can help you in more ways than just combat, simply having the characters on your team and leveling their skills is enough when you're starting out. For example, Ada reduces construction costs and increases the speed of building upgrades, all while granting a stat buff to her squad when stationed at a mansion or an outpost. So have her guard the gate with Marvin and you're good to go. You'll also have some characters like Brad that gather resources faster, so be sure to use them to farm for you, which you can do while AFK by the way. You can also just set a squad to auto join rallies while you're away too. Just be sure to refresh it every time you log off, and you can continue to contribute to your alliance while you take care of other important tasks in your personal life. You want to level up all of your buildings for the most part, though leaving some a little bit lower level until a base building event happens is not a bad idea at all. Just make sure to prioritize leveling up these buildings. First and foremost, and most obvious, is the mansion. This is your main base. Your other buildings cannot be leveled higher than your mansion. It can also provide you with various buffs and effects that you will want to take advantage of, such as temporarily increasing how many troops you can train at once. This can come in handy in a pinch during events when you need a quick power boost to survive. Nothing worse than watching a hunter walk at you for 7 minutes and you just know you're cooked. And generally speaking, you should always be focusing on amassing an army of troops that will both defend your base and destroy your enemies. That's where the shooting range, the barracks, and the garage come into play. Each one of these lets you train up one of 3 groups of soldiers, attackers, defenders, and rangers respectively, and you'll get stronger soldiers to train as you level these buildings higher. So whether it's early on in the game or 40 hours in, training troops is one of the best things you can do across the board to increase your power. It's also a good way to get recruited. Once you increase your power, you can be of great use to a strong alliance that is looking to compete in events or just straight up take over the world. Another important thing that can be overlooked is the research lab. Here you can perform research into war, development, or economy. These come down to preference. For example, I focused early on development to speed up the building and general growth of my base, while others may prefer to go straight into leveling war. Either way, find a balance that works for you and try to always have something being researched at all times. You can also donate materials to your alliance for similar research that will benefit everyone in the long run. The hospital is also important to upgrade as you get more soldiers, as you'll need a place to hold them as they heal. Upgrading your warehouse and material farms is also important, but after a while, you'll have more resources than you can really spend anyway. So I wouldn't really worry about them too much at the start. Any materials that don't fit in your warehouse can be stolen though. So just make sure not to make yourself a target by talking shit in the global chat, and you should be okay for the most part. The gate, command center, and antenna are also important, but it really depends on how you want to play. If you're just trying to farm and build in peace, these may not be as useful for you until later on. If you're trying to get a top spot in the kill house or reach further and further into exploration mode, then make sure you're focusing on combat power. Do your daily missions and participate in events to grab the best rewards to help level up your characters. Unfortunately, legendary characters are going to cost you in either time or money, or probably both. So if you plan on spending in this game, focus on getting new character files and gear first to help with the explorations. Explorations are important because they get you great drops, like rare earth materials, which are required for research and eventually for base building too. If you have leftover action points after doing your dailies, then use them. They recharge over time, so before you take a break, be sure to use them up. Hunt some BOWs and take part in some rallies. All of this builds important resources that will come in handy on your journey later. But most of all, just try to have fun with it, or whatever, delete the app and go back to waiting for RE9. But if you want to at least give the game a chance, I hope this video helps you. Hopefully it finds you in time before the new characters drop. There's Chris and Sherry and Excella and no Sheva yet, so that's a choice. Thanks for watching, and check out this other video of a proper Resident Evil game. Bye!